the Minister of Agriculture for a detailed interview on the restriction.
Thank you for joining us, PS, on Market View. We have heard that you have started, the ministry is in the process to regulate the Master 900. Can you briefly tell us about that?
What we are doing here is a immediate and a quick response to the nation's request that we need to do something about Master 900 because it is being abused. The abuse of Master 900 has been raised in Parliament. It has been raised in a number of quarters. So our responsibility now is to make sure that we control this pesticide. What we are trying to do is to make sure that not everybody can have access to this pesticide. So what we will do is, one, in order for one to have access to the pesticide, he or she will have to get a special permit from the ministry. Of course, that permit will be given once you've answered certain questions that are of concern to us. Clearly, we want to know what you'll be using it for, and if you are a farmer, you might need to show us how you want to use it, or indicate or prove to us that you are a farmer, and then we will be in a position to give you the permit. It is a pity that this pesticide in particular was very effective for maize production. If you remember well, there was a time when we had a serious attack of the fall armyworm in the country. We tried every pesticide that we could use. It didn't work. The farmers started complaining and saying that these pesticides we are giving them are not working. It was not until we had access to the Master 900 that solved the problem. We were seeing a situation where our concerns on providing enough food, especially maize for the country, was becoming more like a dream but not a reality. But once we got the Master 900, things changed. Maize production in the country increased and we were really happy. So what we are also working on this time is to get an alternative pesticide that we are going to use that hopefully will not be that effective to people who abuse it, and then but still be effective for controlling pests in our maize.
I understand, PS, but maybe you can explain further to a farmer at home who is going to buy Master 900 today. Where do they get the permission? Are they going to get it at the ministry or maybe at different shops or suppliers where they are going to buy?
We still haven't finalized the way we are going to do it, because we could do it in two ways. The first way would be that we will tell all the shops that they will not give this pesticide to anybody unless it comes with a permit. So what that means is the people will have to come to the ministry to get the permit. The second option is that we can hand this process to the shops, which I don't think they would appreciate, which I don't think they would like. And we will have a concern if it is actually administered the way we want it to be done. So what is very likely to happen is that if somebody wants to buy a Master 900, they would have to come to the ministry, although that has not been finalized, as I've mentioned earlier on.
Businesses under the farming industry use a lot of pesticides, different pesticides. Are you thinking of extending the control to other pesticides that are used by farmers, dangerous pesticides?
One way to respond to that is this. The Ministry of Agriculture is not the only ministry that is responsible for livelihoods of people, if I may put it that way. We have realized that bringing up the Master 900 as a sector, agriculture, has contributed to some people abusing it and killing themselves. So the social ills that are going on in our various communities are discussed in a number of quarters. we have got to a point now where we involve the ministries that may have to deal with psychosocial issues among communities, and we have had meetings with them. This includes ourselves, Minister of Agriculture, this includes the Minister of Health, and other ministries that may be involved as well. This is looking at the overall welfare of the country, the overall welfare of our communities, the overall welfare of our citizens. We want to make sure that people don't get to a point that they are frustrated and stressed to a point where they want to kill themselves. So this solution will not come only from the Minister of Agriculture, but we will have to combine efforts with the other ministries and make sure that Eswatini know that killing themselves is not a solution. So we are hoping that this process is going to continue beyond Master 900, because there's a number of other ways people that can use to harm themselves. And the important point here is that people have to be trained and taught that harming yourself is not a solution at all.
We understand where the ministry is coming from. We know that the country has lost a lot of lives because of Master 900. But I just want to know, PS, is there some sort of responsibility that is attached to the person that is going to buy Master 900? Just to say, you have bought Master 900, this is how you should use it. Maybe we shouldn't hear that someone else has got hold of the Master 900 and used it for the same purpose that you are trying to curb.
No, normally, we meet these businesses and we talk to them about other issues. This one will have to be at the forefront in this case. We need to appeal to them. We need to appeal to their consciences. We need to appeal to their business acumen. We need to talk to them and make sure that they really appreciate the problem of people committing suicide using our pesticides or our farming chemicals. I don't know how they will then communicate with people coming to buy these chemicals that this is the message we want to put across. But clearly there has to be a big campaign that we somehow work on and create the awareness, that committing suicide is really not a solution to problems that people have. We need the help from the Ministry of Health to assist us in providing alternatives.
What would you like to say, PS, to those farmers that would be entrusted with the lives of Eswatini, those who will be buying the Master 900? What would be your advice to them?
It's a very difficult situation. First of all, even the questions that we'll be asking the people to make sure that they will be using the pesticide for the right purpose cannot stop them from abusing, to be honest. At the same time, we realize that even once we have given the pesticide or maybe that particular permit to go and get the pesticide, we have no control thereafter. So what this means is that we are going to hope for the best and tell those farmers who are buying these chemicals to take good care of these pesticides, because they are very, very dangerous for people. This is something you can only hope it will not happen. There will be no abuse of the Master 900. But honestly speaking, a follow-up just to make sure that the farmer uses the pesticide for right purposes, and even his members of the family understand the purpose of this pesticide. It's a very, very big responsibility that we wish we could take care of as a ministry, but honestly speaking, it is beyond our capability.
Is the regulation already in motion, PS, and how fast can we expect the ministry to conclude any talks on the control of the pesticides if you haven't done so already?
We have a meeting today where we will be finalizing the decisions on how we are going to administrate this whole process. It's not a simple process. It might look simple, but we want to make sure we do it right, and we want to make sure that it is effective. So hopefully before the end of the week or maybe next week, we should be in a position to announce that this is how now things will be done. Otherwise, the Honorable Minister has given us the big responsibility to make sure that we start the regulation process. So it will be finalized soon, and then we will request our Honorable Minister maybe to make another statement explaining how the process is going to be done.
Thank you so much, PS, for joining us on Market View. We are hoping that this will go a long way in terms of saving the lives of Eswatini.
All right, that was business journalist Nelson Ngamandla having an interview with Principal Secretary Sydney Isimilane, basically explaining or speaking to us about solutions that the ministry has come up with to decrease or curb suicide cases through the ingestion of Master 900. Let's go on for a break. Nasbuya, we look at financial markets today.